Hello, my name is Castano, and I'll be telling you how gun control does not work. Crash! You have just woken up from your slumber and you hear noise from downstairs. The realization has just entered your mind. Someone has just broken into your house. On one nightstand, there's a phone which you can use to call 911, which could take 5 minutes, and on the other nightstand, there's a handgun, which you can use to defend yourself. Which one would you take? The answer is obvious, and the accessibility of a gun in America makes the country so unique. However, there are many countries out there that have guns banned. It's scary to think, but some people in America want to push an agenda that has strict gun control laws, wanting to restrict our Second Amendment. They don't realize that this agenda won't reduce violent crime, but rather increase it. To prove this statement is true, let's take a look at a study Harvard conducted in 2013 about gun control. According to Harvard, gun control does not work. Russia, for example, enforces very strict gun control on its people, but its murder rate remains quite high. In fact, the murder rate in Russia is 4 times higher than in the gun-ridden United States, cites the study. In my speech, I would like to discuss with you about gun control and not only how it increases crime, but how also it infringes on our Second Amendment. Today, I will be talking to you about the problem of gun control, opposing viewpoints, and how we can defend our right to bear arms. Let's begin with the types of gun control and the problem that they cause. The main problem with gun control is that it's basically a lie telling people the less guns, the less homicides. As a matter of fact, the less homicides are a result of more guns. According to gun laws, deaths, and crimes, Utah is one of the top 10 states with the lowest homicide rates. In case you didn't know, Utah is the #1 state with the most lenient gun control laws. This goes to show that less guns do not mean less homicides. If this were true, everybody would be for gun control. Another thing that gun control laws are trying to do is restrict our Second Amendment. According to the Second Amendment, it specifically states, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. An example of restricting our Second Amendment would be when Washington, D.C. implemented a law that banned citizens from owning guns in 1976. According to 7 facts on gun crime that show gun control doesn't work, animal homicides rose from 188 in 1976 to 364 in 1988, and then increased even further to 454 in 1993. This was just another mere example of how gun control does not work, and the city resisting the right to bear arms. The amendment was written by our founding fathers in the Constitution to protect our right to bear arms and to fight against tyrannical government. If you think about it, this is the most important amendment, as when we bear arms, it can be used to defend our other rights. To think people want to restrict this or even abolish the amendment is actually crazy. Most people want to just put restrictions on guns, but some want to flat out just ban all guns. Hoping this will work is absolute nonsense, as there are many countries that have tried this and suffered the consequences. Let's use the United Kingdom as an example. According to UK violent crime rate 8 times higher than the US, there are almost 5 times exactly as many people in the US as in the UK, 314 million to 63 million. The violent crime rate in the UK is 3,100 per 100,000, and in the US it is 380 per 100,000 population. Although the firearm homicide rate may have declined, the overall violent crime rate skyrocketed after the ban. The next part is about what examples of gun control people think, or most people think, and what those people think of the Second Amendment. A lot of people they don't want to ban all weapons, but they only want to ban assault rifles because they are a popular choice for murdering. In reality, handguns are actually the most used weapon for murder every year. According to the FBI, at least 80% of murders were done by handguns every year from 2009 to 2013. These statistics already speak for themselves, but just to clarify that you can't always trust what someone says. Another thing that people argue about without needing research is that the Second Amendment is outdated. This means that back then in 1776, there were only muskets and no modern weapons. This is by far the stupidest argument due to the people not realizing that every other amendment continued with technology. If a new offensive word popped up after the First Amendment was written, does that mean that word is not protected? No, of course not. It's protected. It's basically common sense. In addition, the founding fathers were not that stupid, and I bet you that they knew the technology was going to improve in the future. The last myth people argue is that gun-free zones work. Unfortunately, they don't stop criminals from breaking the law. According to Breitbart, the CPRC says 97.8% of mass shootings, public shootings from 1950 to May 2018 occurred in gun-free zones. The main reason that these zones don't work are because that when someone has malicious intentions, these zones don't stop them. When they see a sign that says guns are not allowed, that doesn't stop them, but instead opens the door for them because now they know there's no threat in that area with a gun. Now, let me talk to you about how we can protect our Second Amendment and refute gun control. My solution to these gun control laws would be to abolish all the strict laws in states such as California, New York, Pennsylvania, Illinois, and etc. I would like to abolish all gun-free zones and allow law-abiding citizens to carry their weapons wherever they go to feel protected. The main area I would like to target are schools, as I feel like they are mostly targeted by shooters, and and they hold children. We should allow teachers to carry their own firearm and hire more police officers to stay in schools. We peacefully protest gun control by going to the certain states I recently mentioned and hold up signs showing statistics proving gun control does not work. These statistics could range from the amount of shootings that happen in gun-free zones, the amount of concealed carry holders that save lives, or even compare the homicide rates of a leading gun control state to a strict gun control state. This leads me off to finish the speech with a summary of why gun control doesn't work. To sum it up, gun control is a beautiful lie that doesn't work, and no matter the myths people feed you, they will never be backed up by hardcore evidence. That's why in the peaceful protest, we will make sure to provide correct statistics and our signs that come from trusted sources. Remember, if someone were to break into your house, wouldn't you like to have a gun?